journey. As we celebrate this day, I want to leave you with a challenge. What will you do to create positive change in your community? Will you get out and volunteer, mentor, or simply be a support to a friend? Whatever it is, I urge you to take action. Together, we can build a brighter future, one that's filled with hope, opportunity, and empowerment. I am honored to serve, and I am grateful for this recognition. Let's continue to uplift and support one another, striving for a better tomorrow. So what does Tory Low Day mean to me? Let's make a difference together. Let's stay committed to our purpose and keep pushing forward even in the face of adversity. I'm excited to see the impact we can make, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve alongside such an amazing community. Now, my question is, what does Tory Low Day mean to you?
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Low Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Check it out one time.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We are your cousin subs of the day.
Yes.
I'm a club sub.
Woo!
The legendary Home Blow. And see, she don't like the extra respect and gravy that I like to put on her name. No. So I'll just allow her to introduce herself.
Your girl Bailey Coleman.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good morning. It's a great morning.
There you go.
I'm doing just fine.
There you go. I don't know if you noticed, but whatever time of day it is, I always say great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Even when people are going through some trying circumstances or dealing with some death or trauma, whatever it may be, because to me, when you're trying to help people, you want to try to uplift them. It's like, you know what?
Exactly.
We're still here, and
absolutely,
we're going to make sure that everything is what it is. So I just like people to kind of get an uplift on themselves.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
No, it ain't no good one. I love someone. Listen, you still here to get another one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's another one.
And another one.
And another one just down the street.
There you go. There you go. And you're going to learn today.
Absolutely.
Even if you have to start out with a job that you don't necessarily want, but you need to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That part. So how have you been?
I've been great.
Good.
I mean, I think a lot of people know, I lost my big brother. But, we keep moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know the feeling. But I'm happy to see, and to me, it adds inspiration. Right? A lot of times we think, we can't move forward if this happens or that happens. But life shows us that we are a lot stronger than we think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and I know that was the very pressing thing for you. But what are some other things that you've been up to?
Nothing. No. Dealing with that has been a lot for the last couple of weeks. So, I was last in a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a Friday. I don't. It's all foggy now. But just hanging out, having a great summer here in Milwaukee. Although I come back, Homer, and I'm like, going, what in the world is going on in Milwaukee?
Wisconsin. You gonna learn today.
Okay.
It's always amazing, like, when we get our snow. Like, people act like they've never had to drive in snow before, and it's like a new experience. Like, really? Yeah. You live here.
Absolutely.
A lot of you were born and raised here.
Yeah.
And why are you acting brand new?
Brand new. And I'm not even from here. And I see people acting brand new. I'm like, I thought we had this down. What we got going on? Y'all don't know how to drive?
And what about the people from Milwaukee that have moved to Texas, and then when they get a dusting of snow, like and Atlanta even. They shut the whole city down.
Well, you know what? In my hometown of Seattle, Washington, I mean, it could rain all day and it ain't no problem for them. Torrential rains and they got this, this whole thing. But let it snow.
It's over.
It is done. I think they finally got to cover the whole state. I think they finally, shout out to Seattle and everybody on the Western Seaboard, my family out there. So, it's a whole group.
There you go.
It's a whole choir. It's more than a choir. But anyway, it's more than a baseball, basketball team. We could put all those together. Anyway, it's just, when stuff happens and the weather happens and all these things, it's just,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It amazes me, and it's like, hold on now. You from Milwaukee? You living there? Why are you acting like you're disabled now?
Exactly.
Like, oh my goodness,
Exactly.
It's like, stop it.
Yeah, and so a little snow happens. It's just
it shuts
everything down. And they finally got like 10 snow plows for the state, I think.
Good.
For the states. But see, here's the thing. They never have, people that say that there's no global warming and no climate change and all that, go out there.
Right. You're going to learn real quick.
It's almost so parallel to what the weather we have here now.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
And they never would get snow.
Right.
Now they get these huge snowstorms and look.
And they paralyze.
One great thing is that, if you got it going on at the crib and you can work from the crib.
Yep.
It's an amazing thing out there because traffic is crazy.
Yes, and they drive.
Yeah, and they drive crazy just like they do out here. I think it's a little worse here.
It's worse. And that's messed up because it's some crazy driving there in Texas, in Chicago, and some other places. But the recklessness that we have.
The recklessness, speaking of the driving and the recklessness. Now, I heard some story about 3 people passing away.
Yep. And they appear to be Hmong or of Asian descent because they've released the pictures of the 3.
Right.
And it was 2 others.
It was a mother and 2 sons, right?
Yep.
That's a shame.
Yep.
Because, now, was this the high-speed chase?
Yep. It was on 35th and Valete. It ended up on 35th and Valete. And they had just started the chase for this 19-year-old who was wanted. And it was, I guess, 2 people in the car with him. And they, instead of pulling over when they were, given the signal to pull over, they decided to speed and create the pursuit. It was less than a minute, they said, and he crashed into the car.
Wow.
Yeah, that killed the 3 and severely injured the other 2. And he was injured, but non-life-threatening injuries, as they would say. And 2 of the people in the car with him were also injured.
So let's roll this back. Because would you realize that if you're one of those people that decides, I'm going to push on the gas and they're just going to have to chase me, realize that they are now doing high-speed chases. At one time, they weren't. You got one car, and there's all kinds of police officers. Not to mention if you hit somebody, and then what's up with that, right? You could kill them in this case. And so then what are you looking at? Even if you survive that, you looking at life now. So
Absolutely.
What difference is, why not, when you could have pulled over?
Yep. Got your ticket. If it would have meant a revocation for 3 more years or something like that.
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is.
You knew what you weren't supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
And you chose to still do it anyway.
Boom.
So there's cause and effect. There are consequences. And some people feel like, oh, I don't have to. I ain't going back to jail. Well, now, if you survive, you're not only going back to jail or prison.
Yeah.
You probably going to be there for most of your life.
Right. Once you kill somebody, you do.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So which is worse? Pulling over and getting a ticket?
Right.
And still having your freedom? just saying, let's just think about it logically, right? You know, or running for what? And then you have people in the car with you. You're threatening their safety,
That's
too.
right. And they be doing this with babies in the car, too. We've had so many situations just within this last month where there have been little babies, like toddlers in the car, and the mother of the baby.
Right.
And they still just put everybody's life in danger.
Driving a car is not a right. It is a privilege.
Facts. We can get the bail on that.
It is a privilege. So you just, you want to be out here all willy-nilly taking people's lives. Well, if you're throwing caution to the wind like that, then you should, reap the benefits.
Absolutely. And accountability, Bailey. One of the things I always talk about, we have a lot of people that don't want to take self-accountability and just accountability in general. And the people that we say are here to protect and serve, they're trying to protect us from reckless drivers. If they don't do anything, we already hear people and see people on social media talking about, they need to do something. All this, they just driving crazy. They almost hit me, and I had my mama in the car and all of that. So they be all animated like that. But then when it happens, why are they even chasing them? And another point that I bring up with that, Bailey, is I ask those same people, because a lot of times they'll say either they'll see them driving reckless or they'll say that it's a suspect in a homicide or something like that. And I ask the people that say they shouldn't chase. If the suspect that they were chasing murdered your mother, your son or daughter, your sister or your brother, somebody immediate to you, would you still say, don't chase them, y'all can get them another time?
They wouldn't say that.
Right.
But here's the thing. Even connected to recklessness. So those street takeovers that were happening when I left, they still going on too, right?
Yes.
Okay, I ain't been gone that long, but
so some people are saying, well, and ain't nobody get shot or nobody died. We had to come black. I see the look on your face. And if you are joining us on YouTube, and we're on Facebook Live now, too.
Facebook Live now, too?
Yeah, we're on Facebook Live.
What up, Facebook? What up, fam?
The legendary Home of Blow, along with
Bailey Coleman.
We got to take care of some bills, but we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It's recognizing that there are people in the world that only have one word on their mind and heart when they become emotional and something happens to someone they like. They become irrational, they become fixated, and they do to others what they believe was done to them. The one thing everybody in America right now today, with the death of Charlie Kirk, the one thing they need to fear is retaliation.
Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Got outgrown kids' clothes, toys, books, and baby gear? Turn clutter into cash at Just Between Friends, Milwaukee County. Consigners earn 60% and get to shop early with a friend. Unsold items? Donate to help local families in need. The sale runs September 18th through the 21st at Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center. Pre-sale September 18th. Free shopping September 19th and 20th, plus half price, pre-sale, and sale. Paid and free tickets available online. Register to consign, drop off items September 17th, pick up or donate September 22nd. Visit Milwaukee County JBFsale.com, helping families say yes.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Celebrate the reigning queens of disco with Disco Divas, running at the Bradley Symphony Center September 26th through the 28th. Principal Pops conductor Byron Stripling will lead the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and an all-star trio of vocalists in all of your favorite hits from the disco era. Think Donna Summer, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross, and Chaka Khan, as well as the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire, and even Michael Jackson. Those silky high strings and thumping bass lines will never sound better as you dance and sing along in your seat to tunes like I Will Survive, We Are Family, I'm Coming Out, and more. So what are you waiting for? Get those sequins out of storage and call the box office now at 414-291-7605 for Disco Divas or visit mso.org.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand's journey and on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackownedbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackownedbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackownedbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
We're black. Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. YouTube, I see you. Make sure when you come to our YouTube page or our Facebook page, you like and subscribe. RN Kawanda, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Sister Lorena Star Marie, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Gabe Williams, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Venus Jones, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Anita Nicole, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Jeff, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Of course, we see you. And remember the Truth Talk text line if you want to join in on any of the discussions. That is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Chauncey Clark on the talk text line said that car was stolen at the 19-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they are.
Often. You know, I mean.
And then the street takeovers, which you were talking about before we went to break. What was your commentary? You was like, when you left, they were doing it.
Right.
Are they
when
still doing
left,
it?
I was like, are they still doing it? Because, you know, and here's the thing. I saw, before I left, I saw the street takeovers and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I heard, you know, a lot of commentary from, you know, people on the street, the man on the street interviews that a lot of the TV stations, you know, do. And they had, you know, older people saying, oh, please stop this, help us, da-da-da-da, we're in distress over here, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, but you don't want them to chase nobody?
Right. Listen.
We can't. My question to our audience right now is,
Truth Nation, listen up.
What do you want? Because you know, I know Governor Evers don't want, you know, the troops in here.
National Guards.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if they come, from my understanding, they ain't going to the hood anyway, so it's going to continue. So what do you want our police to do? I saw our mayor on TV said, well, we don't need to stop the high-speed chases. We don't need to stop the chases because when they stopped the chases, it got even worse.
Hashtag facts.
So what do you want? What do you think will help? And I'm going to be honest with you, Homer. These ain't the kids that need the programs.
Did you just say that live?
I mean, I'm just saying. We're on the truth, right?
Yes.
The truth in the morning. We speaking facts.
Keeping it real to the next level.
What's that Truth Talking text line?
833-212-1017 or 1017.
I need to hear because we always, the kids need more. But these ain't the kids, though. These not the babies. And the babies got a lot of programs. I'm just going to say that. There's a lot
Real
of programs.
talk.
Free programs.
Oh, boy.
Free programs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to, the parents just have to make that extra effort to get them involved. And maybe if you preempt them with those programs, and we won't get to the level that we're at with those that are in this age group that are, everybody thinks, it's harmless fun. It's not what, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes harassment to the people that live in those areas.
Right.
It's not just innocent fun.
Absolutely.
It becomes harassment to the people that get caught up in it, and they just stopping at a stoplight.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Victor and Dawn Burnett, that Running Rebels, and all of the people who came through Running Rebels.
They've been a constant in this community for many, many years.
Absolutely. And, for some people, as you call in or you make your comments on the Truth Talk text line.
Y'all can be mad at me if you want to. I'm just getting real with you. Let's just be realistic about this.
Yeah, 833-212-1017. I like that.
Ain't the babies that need programs.
Yeah. And
that's driving these cars.
Right.
Not at all.
Because they're not participating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you
might find one or two 13-year-olds behind the wheel, but not too frequently.
There you go. So my thing is when you got people that are saying that, well, they still shouldn't do this and they still shouldn't do that. It's like the question, what do you want our police to do? Keep chasing, stop chasing. The poll is up on the YouTube page, so we want to hear from you. Facebook Live, you can put your comments and we'll end up getting them. Andrew, great morning. We got to say great morning to our producer because he makes it happen.
We were giving him the business earlier. Andrew was like, hold on.
Right.
Baby, why you
They not like me. I'm not like him. But it's so many people that seem like they don't want people to be held accountable, and you got to. I mean, we cannot act like it's cool because it's not. Our first call. Oh, I love this brother. This brother is going to say the truth, his truth. And so 833-212-1017. Al, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear the discussion. What's your truth?
My truth is they're too light on these parents. They don't give them no tickets. These kids did not create themselves. I don't care if the daddy ain't around. Go find them. I don't care what mama got doing, what she doing with. She should have been breaking a broomstick over his back a long time ago and choking him around his neck.
Not the broomstick.
Yes, the broomstick.
Bed knob and broomsticks.
Because they have let these kids get out of hand. And then all this stuff going on, then don't nobody go after the mama. She ain't cutting no check. And then you got other people getting on the radio station crying for the people who caused all the chaos. No, you need to be giving the mama and daddy big tickets. And if you can't raise your kids, maybe we need to take your kids away from you, okay? But then if you chastise them, she walking down the street with her butcher, and that's my child. You didn't raise your child because you was too much chasing their daddy busting out the little window on their Nissan. I say just give them tickets and lock their black asses up. I don't care. We already suffering. Grandmama don't want to drive. Grandpa too afraid to drive. And then everybody say, well, the kids need something to do. It is your responsibility to raise your seed. You know how to give your 30% to that church, and he ain't raising none. And his kids going to the best school. Baby, take that 30% and raise your own, because we should not have to take a loss for something to come out your damn nuts and your ovaries. That's your responsibility, not mine. I'm sick of it. I don't want to live here no more, because every time people who work, they got to take a loss for somebody else's word that starts with an F and ends with a K. And I don't care what you got going on in your household. You should have thought about that before you said, please don't let inside me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Whew.
It's smoke
It's getting hot in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Truth Nation. What's your opinions? What's your truth on this? 833-212-1017. Listen, there's a lot. Let me go to the True Talk text line. Of course, Christopher Goodwin, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Said there's nothing they can do. There have been lots of programs for the youth to take part in, but they don't want to do those things. They want to be in the streets. Honestly, some of us aren't worth saving. Listen, but it is. But hang on. I feel Christopher's truth because a lot of these people, Bailey, in my opinion, when they have had dealings with the juvenile system already, and then not to mention the Toys R Us adults. The Toys R Us adults, Bailey, for me, are people that are grown as hell.
Okay.
They 20, 30, 40, 50-some years old and still trying to do stuff that I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So it's like, why are you trying to get platinum grills in your mouth when you need to be getting partials or dentures? Your mouth is already toe up from the flow up. Why are you trying to get a car or a truck with big wheels and you need to be going to see a chiropractor because you know damn well you got black problems? You are trying, why are you going to, you got the young teens going to the clubs for let out to try to see if they can talk to some women, but you got these Toys R Us adults that are pulling up to the high schools trying to talk to those girls. You feel what I'm saying? That's some Toys R Us adult type stuff. Why do you got your pants hanging off your ass and we seeing your dirty drawers and they not, you're not clean. Ooh. You go to a gas station, buy a T-shirt, and then pull your shirt off. You ain't putting no soap and water on your ass. You understand what I'm saying? And you just throwing it on like you ready to roll. So why are you trying to do these things? So you're not helping us as adults to show these youth that are coming up, like, look, this ain't that. You ain't even explaining to them, bruh, sis, I had to go do 10. I had to go sit down for 10 years. This ain't what you want. You acting like it's cool. You still trying to sell dope. You still trying to do all of these things and make mistakes that we would think that some young people that are going to bump their head here and there are doing. So those are Toys R Us adults, in my opinion.
Wow, that's a lot.
I'm just saying.
And you associating them with Jeffrey? The giraffe?
That's why I say Toys R Us, because of the theme. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So it's like you still doing things that you would expect a child to do.
I'm certain that they say that when a person
I apologize. I see the clock. The clock says we got to get paid. We got to make sure we get paid.
All right,
so we got to take care of some bills.
We're going to talk about this when we come back.
Absolutely. True Talk text line 833-212-1017. We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
We are the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. We are nearly 1 million strong and growing stronger every day. Join us on Saturday, October 11th at 8 a.m. at Summerfest Southgate as we come together for the Making Strides of Milwaukee Walk. Whether you walk for a survivor, in the memory of a loved one, or to support the American Cancer Society, you bring us closer to a future free from breast cancer. Are you ready to join the #1 breast cancer movement in the country right here in Milwaukee? Sign up for free today at www.makingstrideswalk.org/MilwaukeeWI.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being Unc and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote Unc. See, as Unc, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we gotta stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
Earlier accident on northbound 894 at Beloit Road has been cleared. Delays are still sticking around, though, so do be prepared for backups westbound 894 from 51st into the Hale, northbound from Highway 100 into the Hale, northbound Rock Freeway, I should say. Northbound 894 is still slow from Beloit Road all the way up to National Avenue. And a new accident. This one is on the ramp from, the off-ramp from southbound 43 to Highland. So watch out for that. The rest of the system, though, pretty typical stuff. Westbound 94 slow to the Mitchell Boulevard from the Marquette, and eastbound slowing down from the Zoo to about 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, mostly sunny and warm, a slight chance for a shower to the north and west, a high of 78 at the lake, 83 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black, the legendary home of blow, along with
Bailey Coleman.
Your girl,
Bailey Coleman. That's right.
That part. Now, as we were headed into break, you had some thoughts, and hopefully you still got those as we were talking about some of these Toys R Us adults and some of the situations that's going on.
So, when people have trauma in their lives, it's said that their life stops right there and the growth stops in that person right there. Mm-hmm. That may explain a lot of the things that we see when it comes to the immaturity of some of the adults that are out here now. Mm-hmm. But at some point, they can't do the Toys R Us. Even Toys R Us is gone. You might be able to find them online.
Right.
You might be able to find him online at Christmas time or in somebody's like a Target or something in a little corner. But pretty much Jeffrey and his crew gone. So even Toys R Us had to grow up, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we have to, no more excuses.
Right. I'm allergic to them, baby.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
I'm allergic to
you. Start sneezing and breaking out. Yeah. I seen it.
You know, because again, like, I think in order for us to really start moving forward and getting to the places that we need to get to for solutions, we have to take accountability. Okay, the system ain't always the problem. You get what I'm saying? Right. And like I talk about some people that live in filth and squalor. As much as they buy Fabuloso and all of this stuff, like, right. You know, you can go to the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store and get these different things and cleaning things. Like, why should the city or the state be responsible for you saying where I'm laying my head? You get what I'm saying? Where I'm raising my children.
Right.
It needs to be clean. It needs to be sanitary.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So those are things that if the system said this, you'd be like, they can't tell me. They not the boss of me. But why would you want your house to be clean?
And yet your children are running the streets.
Right.
Like it's nothing. 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. That's the True Talk and Text line. You can text us at that very number.
That's right.
Or you can give us a call, 833-212-1017. Now, don't forget, we are live on YouTube and Facebook.
That part, 1017 The Truth.
So make sure you chime in, all right, because we want to hear from you.
Andrew, on the poll, what do you want our police to do? Keep chasing or stop chasing? What are we looking at?
79% say keep chasing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah, something has to be done, and some people say, well, Blow, if it was somebody because, people challenge and, try to say, what if it was somebody immediate to you that ended up dying because of the fact that it was a police chase and the person ended up hitting someone that was in my family, my immediate family, a son, a daughter, or whatever the case may be. Would I have a change of heart about them chasing? I said, no, I wouldn't. I'd hate that I lost my son or daughter who weren't involved in the situation.
Right.
But I also, I'm going to have a disdain for the person that instead of pulling over,
right,
continue to create this situation. And they treat it like it's Grand Theft Auto, like it's a game. You see people that actually go live, Bailey.
Right.
Filming them that, they ain't gonna catch me, and this, that, and the other. Like, it's like a game, but people are losing their lives, and that's why I can appreciate that those individuals are charged with those deaths.
Yeah.
So that 19-year-old will be charged with those 3 deaths.
And you might as well call that a death on your life because you ain't getting out.
That part.
You ain't getting out. And all those things, see, there are these young people that take for granted. Because, I mean, okay, who didn't think that they were invincible at 19?
Right.
Right. But you got to really look at it because the reality is you only have so long. Do you want to spend the rest of your time behind bars? There are people doing it right now. Been doing it.
Right. And another thing that I noticed for me is when I was coming up, when children and teens done things like this, the amount of time that they would get. Like, there are people who are just coming home that had to do 30 years, 25 years, and even like the new Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Adam Purcell, the new director, talked about how when he was like 15 or 16 that he ended up killing someone and was sentenced to like 20-some years or 25 years or something like that. But this is like what would actually happen. You get taken off the street.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And there are people that are acting like, no, that's too much. They need to just do this. They need to do that. They didn't want the intervention. You know what I'm saying? Some of these children and teens that are doing some of this and young adults that are doing some of these things have been given an opportunity by a court commissioner or a judge and said, look, I don't want to see you in front of me anymore. I need you to sign up for this. You got to do this. You got to take this. You got to take that. You got to take anger management.
Right.
You got to do all of these things.
Right.
And they don't only tell them once. They've probably been in front of them several times. And we had people that were taken out of our community, 15, 16, and they didn't get to come back to the community until 20 years later, 25 years later, 30 years later.
Right.
But guess what? It gave the community didn't have to worry about some of the shootings that were going on.
Exactly.
Some of the homicides that were going on, some of the rapes that were going on. It's like, no, get your mind right.
Yeah.
Get your mind right and help be a productive part of our community. That's all we asking for. We know everybody makes mistakes. So there are people that made mistakes, but did you learn from it so you don't end up repeating the same thing? And we got a lot of repetitious people out here.
Oh, yeah, because that's where it stops for them. That's all they know. If all you know is, your house may have been clean, but your, mom was on the phone doing whatever, talking crazy, had men in and out the house, whatever the situation. Daddy was like that, whatever the situation. Mm-hmm. All you know is, domestic violence. They laugh it off and think it's cute, but domestic violence in the home, And that's all you know.
Listen what the Orange Man said about it. Like
that's what you gonna do. If that's all it was, you're gonna repeat.
The Orange Man was like, if you have a problem in your home, it shouldn't be a criminal offense. Did you hear that? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, are you? I don't know if the amount of people are dying in his community the way they are dying in our community from domestic violence. I often said that I feel like it's an attack on our black women. It's like, instead of just, look, deal with your personal issues, bruh. If she don't want to be with you anymore, these fools are coming and shooting up the house knowing that they got a baby inside the house. You know what I mean? And just... yeah, these people need to be taken off the street, in my opinion. And oftentimes when we talk about those kind of things, it's like, well, where is the help? Where is the help? That means we need to demand it as a community.
But see, here's the flip side of that. There's a lot, Okay, let's be realistic. What we don't account for is the people that are used to this. They're accustomed to that, male and female, both sides.
If you don't do it, you don't love me.
And they both abuse each other. It's
real. It is.
And people don't want to talk about that. They only think of the one side of it, right? Mm-hmm. But that's real. And they don't. And if that is the lifestyle that you're accustomed to, and you gonna tearing up his car, he comes tearing up yours. You acting a fool at the house and in the streets and wherever. That's real.
Yeah.
That's a real situation.
Before we go to break, we're going to play this Orange Man clip, and then we're going to go right to break after that. 833-212-1017, our True Talk text line. We definitely want to hear from you. But let's play this clip, Andrew, and then we'll go right to break.
Crime's down 87%. I said, no. It's more than 87%. Virtually nothing. And much lesser things that take place in the home they call crime. They'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say, this was a crime, see? So now I can't claim 100%. But we are a safe city. You can walk to a restaurant. You can walk to the White House if you work there. You can walk to the Capitol. And even the Democrats say, I can't believe it, but they don't want to admit it, but I can't believe it. We could do the same thing in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We did it. We saved Los Angeles.
We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruberg offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, we're black. We are your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home of Blow, along with
the turkey sub. Bailey. Hey, I like it.
Sponsored by Cousin Subs.
I like the whole wheat, turkey, some cheese, little mayo, light mayo. I'll take some tomatoes, some lettuce. You know, I like a few vegetables on there.
Okay. I take extra mayo.
Yeah, there you go.
You know
See,
I
mean, we good on the mayo, but I don't want a whole lot. If there's a glob on there, then I get mad because that means I gotta open it up.
Right. Slide it out of the way. Again, shout out to and great morning to Lady B on our YouTube page. Again, you can follow us. You can like and subscribe on our YouTube page. You can also follow us on our Facebook page. We are Facebook Live, so shout out to everybody who is enjoying Truth in the Morning on Facebook Live.
We had some great comments on the YouTube page.
Yes.
I mean, y'all are straight comedy on there. Straight comedy. Yes.
Alfonso Dupree, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. 40-year-old Mormon Virgin, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. To everybody who is checking in, we see you. We appreciate you. Venus Jones said, Homer, you try Charlie's and you will be sane. No, I won't. I've tried. I'm cousins. I'm cousin subs. I am what I am.
He's a sub of the day and he's cousin subs.
That's it. I'm telling you. I mean, people be like, "What about?" I'm like, "No." but you ain't tried. No. You don't understand. And I've tried. I tried others, so it's like, and it's not like I'm just making this opinion by saying that, I ain't never tried them. No, I've tried.
You've tried.
And I can't get away from my taste buds and my heartstrings are cousin subs. And that's why some people that move out of town.
Wisconsin grown.
Yeah, that's why when some people move out of town, be like, what you mean? I miss cousin subs. You know what I'm saying? It's usually on the list of things that they miss. And that's why I'm happy here that now, and I'm a Southwest flyer. I'm just, that it is what it is. That they have a cousin subs, like right there in the food court in that concourse.
Okay, in the concourse.
So now what that does is all of those people be like, bring me a sub. Okay, now I can do it because I ain't got to try to freeze dry it or nothing like that and have it shipped to you. I can just grab as many as I need and take them on the plane. Some people will be like, what's that smell from the onions? But
Homer, you got to go without the onions. You can't do the onions.
Well, I do light onions.
You cannot do the onions and get on a plane. Oh my God!
Yeah, but for the others, I mean, the others, they like it.
I mean, and if you're talking workplace etiquette, everybody, since we're here right now, don't do the onions. You can't do it.
How long is that flight that you got onions for?
Hunt your business. No, I mean, you make the sacrifices to do what you got to do to make sure some of your fellow Milwaukeeans who are now in Arizona or they're in
Arizona,
Texas, or they're in Atlanta.
They have left Wisconsin. And that's it. If they can't get no cousin subs where they at, then they just can't get it. It's not worth the onions.
I'm glad the 150 people on your flight made the sacrifice too.
Yeah, right? I'm just saying.
Preach, Andrew.
So what? I got to get me a little food bag and seal it up. Like the delivery bags. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's put it under the seat in front of me.
Yeah, you can't be doing all that. You're torturing the people.
But the people be torturing me with some of the things that they have. I'm like, what is that? So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What are some other things?
Okay.
LaRon Taylor, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said, don't do tuna salad.
Okay.
Lady B said, I will eat onions and garlic and wouldn't care who smells it.
Oh, my gosh.
Bruh.
You can't be doing all that.
Come on, Lady B. I'm just saying. Yeah. Venus Jones said, now I'm with you, Homer, regarding the club sub. I always get extra onions on my sub, too. I don't get extra onions. I get light onions.
Now, look,
but
I'm not disputing the club sub.
Hi, Bailey.
Right, exactly.
Great morning, Bailey.
I'm glad it's morning. Now, I'm not disputing the club sub. I got no problem with the club sub. Mm-hmm. Except for you. I mean, because, there are people that get onions on the turkey. Mm-hmm. On the turkey sub. But here's the thing.
It's one of their things.
No, but not if you go into work and stuff and you're going to be around people. If you do, you need to make sure you have some nice, strong mints.
I have peppermints. I have the good peppermints.
No, you got to get the Altoids that come in the
I ain't burning my mouth. I ain't burning my mouth.
You can,
you can use Listerine strips for that matter.
You need to get them
Listen,
Altoids.
Sister Lorena Star Marie said, don't say, Homer. I may need to place an order. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'll be going to Texas at the end of next week. For the Meal Tex Packers edition.
Okay, Uber Eats.
Yeah, when'd you turn into Homer Uber Eats?
Well, because I have friends, and friends do things for friends.
Nah.
Real friends.
I draw the line at some point.
Yeah.
My friends know who I am.
Alfonso Dupree said red onion, jalapeno, green peppers, banana peppers, honey mustard.
No, sir.
What?
No, sir.
Let's see. LaRon Taylor said onions smell better than they bourbon breath.
Who bourbon breath? Who drinking bourbon on flight?
The King 414, great morning, love you, appreciate you, said, them onions and cousins are mutated. They hit different. They had your breath on bop. Okay, Andrew. Okay. Hashtag all MKE, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Said, let me get a chicken cheddar deluxe with extra onions. If it ain't musty, I don't want it.
10 feet at all times.
Cousins! The cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub. She's a turkey sub with extra onions.
I like the whole, they got like a 12 grain kind of bread. It's really,
But you didn't catch me saying that you like it with extra onions.
No onions. Hold the onions, please.
Onions! Onions!
Onions.
Little rascals.
Okay.
Onions! But yeah, okay, so we're going to stop talking about onions.
Y'all, you got people lining up online trying to place their order.
Yeah.
Like you about to do some
I'll deliver.
DoorDashing.
I'm going to Texas. I'm going to Texas.
You Uber eating with it.
Put your order in now. What did Wayne Tompkins say on and Dan Cross? Great morning to both of you. Love you, appreciate you on the text line, Bailey.
Oh, okay. See, you got me all over the place. I can't with you. I cannot. Homer, chill out on the onions. It's hard for people to tell if it's a cousin sub or a body odor. Oh, that was what?
Right. Pause. So
Wayne, clap.
Bailey wants applause for Wayne's comment. Right. Yeah, I'm with it. Producer like, no, ain't no applause. What did Dan Cross say?
Dan Cross said, cousins be putting wrong type of onions on those sandwiches. I love, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Forget that. I love cousins. Mm-hmm. I'm just hold the onions. I'm hold the onions girl.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm a light onion man. Give me light onions. Ariane Kawanda said, anytime I travel, people always asking me to bring them a real. You feel what I'm saying? With the peppers and onions.
Yeah, peppers and onions and yeah.
That King
there you go.
The King 414.
I might do some peppers.
Said toothpaste will not win that war. Will make you feel self-conscious. Hey, listen, I'm good. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. But we have another topic and issue that we want to talk about.
When we come back. So there was a threat to shoot up a racing school. We're going to talk about that when we come back. 833-212-1017. Get ready, y'all. It's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We'll be black.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. And now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids they coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, we find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with our credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
How is it possible for somebody to be found guilty of something and serve no jail time. How is it possible that someone can get a first offense misdemeanor when it comes to marijuana here in the state of Wisconsin and can face up to 6 months in jail, but 2 men who are convicted of murder get probation? This is not what justice is about. Why does this keep happening, Truth Nation? And why does it always seem like black people die and we don't get the justice that we deserve? How should we react to this? If you commit a crime, you must do the time. If you take somebody's life, you have to pay the cost. I don't care that it was an accident, because it does not make sense to me how someone can be murdered and somehow they get no time. Even if you accidentally kill somebody, you are still a murderer, especially when you plead guilty to felony murder. Marijuana will get you more time in jail than killing somebody, especially when it comes to a black man here in America, unfortunately.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away. So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School Championship football. We have a great matchup for you on Friday night as the Marquette High Hilltoppers go on the road to take on conference rival, the Oconomowoc Raccoons. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. It's Friday Night Football on The Truth. It's presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Bailey, let's talk about this Racine situation.
So, there was a threat. By the way, this information is courtesy of our friends at Fox 6. There was a threat to shoot up a Racine school. And, you know, with all of the things that have been going on in the world here recently, and you're hearing about all these shootings, local and those that would perceive to be national. It's kind of crazy to hear that, you know, this is happening here. But hey, school shootings happen at, you know, all over the place, any place. There's no rhyme or reason or anything like that. This just happened to be in Racine. But the thing about it was who they arrested for doing this. They arrested 2 12-year-old students.
Wow.
And
12-year-old
students. And they're in juvenile detention after allegedly making a threat to shoot up a Racine Christian school, officials said. Yeah. So Racine police were dispatched to the school at around 7 a.m. on Wednesday. The school administration proactively canceled classes for the day. And they ended up arresting 2 12-year-olds that are now in juvenile detention for doing this. Now, let me say this, okay? Even 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't no big deal because students would do that. They would do that. They'd call in a threat or a bomb threat or something, you know, so that they could get out of class, right? We've heard of this.
Right.
We've heard tale of this before.
Absolutely.
This is nothing new, right?
Hashtag facts.
But it's new that you're going to end up in juvenile detention doing that in today's day and time.
That part.
Because ain't nobody playing no more. Because
as they should.
All of these school shootings that have been going on. So you can't, you know, parents, this is the time to sit down and talk to your kids. Because lots of kids have done this. And, you know, back in the day, which for us was only 3 or 4 years ago, when somebody else was in office.
That's right.
it wasn't no big deal. But now, they in juvenile detention, and that's real.
Yep. And you know, you hate to break things up like this, but we live in a world and a society where we do. Because they're juveniles, and of course we, according to what they are charged with, or if they are charged, we may not know if they were white, black, Asian, Latino.
Here's the thing.
Because usually we're not the ones doing that.
There are people that have done a little bit more and were juveniles, 12, 13 years old.
Charged as an adult.
Now, their minds ain't, adult minds. Their minds aren't like that. But it just depends on the luck of the draw for them now, whether they get charged with, because that's serious now.
It is. Yep. They
That's
absolutely
a serious thing. All the things that we might have done when we were kids to mess around, prank calls and ding, ding, dash or whatever. You run up to the door, ring the doorbell, whatever. All that stuff is null and void now. You can't do none of that.
Yeah, and with the ding dong ditch.
That's what it was.
Yeah. We live in a different climate, as you were saying.
Different time.
You will get shot and killed trying to play ding dong ditch.
It happened the other day.
You feel what I'm saying? Because people are afraid. People are scared.
Yeah.
They've seen somebody come and ring your doorbell, and then it's to see if you're at home.
Yes.
So they can end up either trying to do a home invasion or just a break-in in general.
Right.
So people ain't playing those games anymore.
Not
like
no
I say, walking up to somebody's car to try to ask them for some change.
Absolutely.
You might get shot.
You might.
So, you cannot, think that, oh, man, how they going to do that? We did that as a kid. Life ain't the same as when you were doing it.
Exactly.
Back
then, they knew, these are some kids playing.
Right. And so just like with the Racine situation, it's like, okay, say something like you're going to do something, but that was it. That was all.
Exactly.
But now these people are, taking further steps with it. And it's like you're in a climate, as you were saying, that ain't nobody got time to play with you, Otis.
Wait a minute. I mean, so you're playing, but there was a 13-year-old kid just the other day. They went into his room. He had made a threat. They went to his home where he lives with his parents. And there was something like 23 guns and ammunition laid out on his bed in his bedroom.
That's crazy.
So who you playing with now?
Right.
Who's joking now? 833-212-1017. You want to get in on this conversation, make sure you give us a call. That's our Truth Talking text line, 833-212-1017. I mean, what should happen in these scenarios? How do we curve this kind of thing? That is what I want to know. How do we curve it? What are we doing to keep our children on the right path? Or for some of you, your grandchildren, what are you doing? Because we can talk about it. I'm going to tell you now, the government, you know what they're doing? They're made up of lawmakers, and that's what they're doing. They're making laws. So, these kids are in juvenile detention that allegedly did this in Racine.
Right.
They're in juvenile detention right now, which is far more than they would have been even 5 years ago, probably.
Real talk. These are very, very bad kids. They're very, very bad kids.
So what are you doing? How are you as a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, whatever your position, doing to help your kids or the children that are in your life? How do you keep them on the straight and narrow?
Real talk.
I mean, it's more than what it was a few years ago. You might have got, snatched up in a gentle way. and got a little tap, or whatever. What are you doing as a parent to ensure that I'm telling you, as a single mother, I used to get a lot of guff off of the different things that I would do with my son to work with him. You know, and I'm sure you've had people critique your parenting skills as well, right? But you know what? He ain't out robbing and pillaging, y'all.
That's right.
He ain't perfect, but
that's right.
Right now, he ain't.
That's right. That's right. We're going to go to the True Talk text lines. We've got Shade on line 1. Shade, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the dialogue. You hear what we're talking about right now. What's your truth?
My truth is, I think it's very important to communicate with your kids, you know, have some type of bond with them where they're able to come to talk to you about anything that they have going on. Because sometimes these kids go to school, they be getting bullied, they be having stuff going on that they don't come home and automatically always talk to us about what's going on. That's number one. Number two, it is very important to monitor what your kids are watching, because YouTube and all of these different social media groups, you know, we give our kids tablets and phones and things of that nature, and we might go off and sit in the room and they go off in their room. You don't know what the kids are watching if you're not monitoring what they are watching. Regardless if we put codes on kid YouTube and things of that nature, I see stuff on kid YouTube. I'm like, wow, they got this on kid YouTube?
And you know, one of the other things, Shade,
it's really important.
You know, one of the other things with that, Shade, is these children, in my opinion, talk to each other. They know, just like in video games, there are cheat codes. These children know what to tell the other children. All you got to do, go do this, and then type this in or punch that in, and you can get around the parental guide and all of that. So they talk, Shades. That's one of the things. But you're making great points. Go ahead if you got anything else you want to add.
Yes, that's pretty much it. I just think that, you know, us as parents, I know that we're busy. I know that we have a lot going on, you know, trying to work and take care of our kids. But it is very important, very, very important to make sure that you have a bond with your child so that they can come and talk to you about things that they unsure about, things that their friends tell them, you know, or whatever the case is. You have to know what your kids have going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for your call.
You know, that's one of those things you got to stay, you know, you got to stay in your kid's business.
Yep.
Whether you do it in a nice way, you just got to go up in there and see what's going on.
That's right. That's right. I'm telling you, Lady B, the answer to your question is yes. Homer, do you have any kids? Yes. And I'm happy and proud to be able to say, just like their father, they've never been in juvenile detention. They've never been to jail. They've never been to prison. So that's what you try to instill into them. They've all held jobs. You know, they've never seen me not work. So it's the things that you instill in them. And love is an action word. So it's not about just instilling it in them, but they see it. You know what I'm saying? They don't see me fighting their mom and all of that. So, you know, and they've been able to follow the same paths, the boys and the girls.
You know, and your kids may have gripes when you do it. They probably will. Oh, here she comes.
Right.
But let me tell you, later on they'll appreciate it. I used to go and my son going to different parties and stuff and hanging out, and I go right in and meet the parents. Hi, you need a chaperone? I can be here. Oh, okay, you do? Okay, hey, Kendall, let's have a good time. All right, I know we got to go to break.
All right. We got to take care of these bills. We'll be back.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away. So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Tracy, going back to the process. And as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources, Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
School's back in session. Kids have their backpacks, school supplies, and new clothes. But are you ready as a parent? Families are the single most important factor in a child's academic success. This year, get to know your child's teachers. Stay engaged with their learning. Don't be shy about asking questions along the way. Because as a parent, you are your child's first and most important teacher. Learn more about how City Forward Collective is helping families, students, and schools thrive at cityforwardcollective.org.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with
Bailey Coleman.
We are inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. This is Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. The Truth Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. Talking about in Racine, there were two 12-year-olds that are now in juvenile detention. So how do we prevent that? In my opinion, be a damn parent.
What does that mean, Homer? Because that means different things to different people, you know?
Mm-hmm. So
what does that mean to you?
Well, for me, again, these are things like some people don't believe in corporal punishment, physical discipline. I do. You get what I'm saying? And so what you not going to do, you don't want to end up being in a position that will make me have to use physical discipline against you, a.k.a. a whooping. Not beating, but a whooping. Discipline. And I know some people do timeouts. Some people go hold your hands up and hold this book and all of that kind of stuff. I don't do the Macarena discipline. You know, Macarena, hey, Macarena. No.
If for those of you that can't see Homer, he's holding his hands out as if to be doing
the Macarena. You know what I'm saying? But so the books, you know, so. But, you know, different people have different parenting skills, and you try to do what you feel will work for your children. But I'm not going to play with them. I'm going to let them know the harsh reality, the cause and effect for the actions that they may take. You're going to have to deal with the repercussions of your actions. And although I'm here to protect you, if you start going outside of the scope, you're going to have to deal with those consequences that come along with it. If that's what it's going to unfortunately take for you to get the message of, okay, I get what Daddy was talking about now. Okay, I understand why Mama was saying this now. So yeah, you wanted to, you're not the boss of me, even though you're their parent.
I didn't hear that one. He knew better than that.
Yeah. Some of us didn't have to hear that, but you know what I'm saying. There's some that do, and all of this. I'm gonna call the police, or I'm gonna go to school and say that you beaten me and this, that, and the other. Listen, I come up where it was like, you got to get to the phone first, and then when they do come, I'm gonna let them take you. I'm gonna let them take you. You know, you think it's gonna be better there? Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. It's like the kid that want to run away, but they get halfway down the block. And
yeah. See, it's that section in school where they teach them that now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did hear that one. I was like, and I said the same thing you said. Okay, here, let me go get the phone for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go get the phone for you because, you know, I'm going to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That's right. So, yeah, but you have to, like I say, there's things that we all, as adults now, in my opinion, have heard our parents say that we didn't understand at the time. We thought they were being too hard on us. They asked too hard.
And 9 times out of 10, they didn't explain it to you. They just was like, this is it.
Yep.
Because I said so. That was it.
Right.
Because I said so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you didn't question that. Because, you know, that was going to lead to a harsher punishment usually.
Right.
So you're just like, okay.
Yeah, and with my discipline, I'm one of those that I'm talking and teaching while this discipline is going on.
Oh, you're not the one. This gonna hurt me more than it hurt.
No, I don't say that.
Told you to.
Yeah, I'm that. Yeah, I don't ever say this is gonna hurt me more than you. Like, no, I don't say that. And I think when people do say that, it's because they love their children,
yes,
and they really don't want to have to,
right,
do this. But if you continue to see wayward actions, I don't want you to be 12 years old and now in a juvenile detention center, and that may be where we see you headed.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you're going to get that work, and I'm going to explain to you, like, I've told you how many times have I told you about that? And trust me coming up having that type of physical discipline, I believe that it attributed to the fact that I never had to go to a juvenile detention center. I've never had to go to the House of Correction, the Community Reintegration Center now.
Right.
Spend time in jail, spend time in prison.
And
I've never had to do those things. Right,
and
absolutely.
That's
that the way I was reared coming up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you ain't gonna see a 12-year. That's crazy, and this is why I think that we look at. What were you doing, parents of these two 12-year-olds?
Right.
What the hell was y'all doing?
Soft parenting.
Right.
What is
time out.
You know what? It depends on what they got to do in a timeout, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But, my son was disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely was. And I don't regret it at all.
Neither do I.
Because, you know what? One time my sister and I were out and we had one of our nephews with us. This was before I had my son. And not her son, but our other sister's son. And he was cutting up.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady she was like ready to go call the police, right? Because my sister grabbed my nephew. It wasn't, And she was like, you know what? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you when we get home.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady was looking at her like, oh, my God, oh, my God. And my sister looked up and said, a whooping today will probably save him from robbing you in 2-3 years.
Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Speaking of that, we got Security Mike on the True Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Great morning, Security Mike. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear what we're talking about. What's your truth?
Hey, how you doing, Homer, bro? And also, Bailey Coleman's a legend, too.
She don't like to own it. She don't like to own it.
I know. I've been listening to I'm 65, Homer, so I've barely been in the game a while. She's
Where the
legit.
damn button?
Hey, but you
10, 15 minutes.
but check it out.
10, 15 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, check it out. You hit it right on the head. All them stitching cord whoopings and switch whoopings help because I wasn't in none of those facilities either. But I know I was approaching 17, got caught up in a little trouble, and the judge out of children's court said, "Yeah." And they said, "How's your son?" He said, "Well, he'll be 17 in a few months." He said, "Okay, he keep doing what he's doing. We got a place for him." But I never entered any of those places. I did an about face, and boom, I've been hitting it ever since. So that discipline sure enough helped, and that's where we lost to that. We don't have that anymore. Man, you got kids killing each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had an 11-year-old or 13-year-old shot a 11-year-old the other day, and we got enough of them that can fill up a classroom that can pass away this summer. Mm-hmm. We used to fist fight. Mm-hmm. What happened? Mm-hmm. These kids not even fist fighting.
Again, they're going out here seeing what their parents are doing. Yeah. They're seeing what's happening in the community and what some of their parents may be doing, and they're,
Yep, it's become so common in their household that they think that it's okay. You know what I mean?
So, well, I don't know where we go from here. And then the guy at the top, Trump, they're not making it any better with the policies. And I don't understand it. I don't know where we're going, but I hope we see some improvement.
Yeah, Security Mike, the thing that I often talk about when people say, I don't know where we're going, I don't know what to do, I don't know how we're going to do this. In my opinion, I hear those comments as part of the problem, because when people start enacting and making things that they say, oh, this is going to do it, and then we up here combating that, be like, that's not going to do it, then what the hell is? You got to help us. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of just giving, because it's like giving the system a green light to throw things at the wall to see what's going to stick.
And see what sticks, right.
And then you're going to be mad and say, why now see what they make this law for, or what they make this situation for, why we got to get a fine for this, why? Because when you had an opportunity, and many others, to say, what do we think it will take? Because we live in it. We live in it. Mm-hmm. So we gotta change that narrative on our response when it says, I don't know what we're going to do, though. I don't know the answer. Well, we have to come up with the answers.
Well, I want to help.
Okay.
I want to try to help. That's why I went up there with Tory Lowe, them about that kid that got beat down and they was going to put him in a meat grinder. And then I went up there with Tory Lowe now. That was a long ride a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to get involved more with what stuff that T-Lo is doing. Even though I don't agree with who he voted for, but that's how it used to be. Both parties used to come together and iron out their differences for policies that work for communities. Okay. They don't even do that now. Right. Trump and them just hate the Democrats.
Okay.
They don't want to come together on nothing.
Right. Well, thank you for your call. But that's why we have to come up with what our alternative is. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. She's Bailey Coleman. I'm the legendary Home of Blow, and we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Celebrate the reigning queens of disco with Disco Divas, running at the Bradley Symphony Center September 26th through the 28th. Principal Pops conductor Byron Stripling will lead the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and an all-star trio of vocalists in all of your favorite hits from the disco era. Think Donna Summer, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross, and Chaka Khan, as well as the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind & Fire, and even Michael Jackson. Those silky high strings and thumping bass lines will never sound better as you dance and sing along in your seat to tunes like I Will Survive, We Are Family, I'm Coming Out, and more. So what are you waiting for? Get those sequins out of storage and call the box office now at 414-291-7605 for Disco Divas or visit mso.org.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
We still have delays northbound 41 just before Mayfair Road, stretching all the way up to Capitol Drive. Southbound on 43, backing up just south of Good Hope Road, all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Burleigh. Eastbound 94, delays from 84th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound slow from about 20th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and again from Highway 100 all the way to Sunny Slope Road. And northbound 4394, coming out of the Mitchell interchange, going to be a slow ride around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and warm, a slight chance for a shower northwest of Milwaukee, a high of 78 at the lake, 83 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
We're black. Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We're going to our Truth Talk text lines. We've got Marlo. Marlo, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear what we're talking about, raising kids and not trying to have two 12-year-olds in juvenile detention. What's your truth?
It's Marlon, like Brando.
Oh, yeah, we was missing the end. We was missing the end. So
that's all right. That's all right.
Because I'm like,
right.
Marlo! Marlo Polo! Marlon Polo! Yeah. All right, we apologize for that, but we got you, Marlon.
No problem. Yeah, but I think the issue there's a bigger issue at play here. Yes, children are we're going to have some bad apples all the time wherever you are. But the other problem is the parenting. We blame everything on the kids, but what about the parents? Mm-hmm. The parenting is a part that's the issue. When you're out and about and you're doing things with kids, and if you say, "Hey, I'm going to talk to your parents," sometimes they don't even care. You know what I mean? Or, I'm a official for sports, and you talk to these kids, and then they start talking crazy to you, and then I'm like, hey, who are you talking to? Then I have to kick them out the game, and then you bogus, you wrong, and start talking crazy and start doing all this kind of stuff. But the problem is the parenting is not there. Mm-hmm. The support from the community is not there, and part of the support not being from the community is because the parents don't want you to talk to their kids. They don't want you to tell their kids anything. I think you and Damien was talking about it either early this week or last week, how, when we were growing up
everybody had eyes on you, and you knew they were going to tell your parents, and you knew your parents you were going to get trouble. Yes, and the village is not there, or we don't want the village there. I think that's more of it is the village. People don't want the village there, or us as adulter people, we look at these kids and say, y'all bad, y'all this, y'all this. And a lot of stuff they're doing, some of the stuff, don't get me wrong, some stuff's doing the same stuff we did when we was growing up. But now they're so bad and they're so extreme, but we don't even pour into them, or we can't pour into them because the parent don't want them to, or the kids don't want to hear about it, or whatever the situation is. So I think it's a lot bigger systemic issue than just saying kids are bad. It's more about who we are as a people and what we're doing in our community. We talk about all these other communities, but a lot of times in these other communities, they still have that tribe feel. We don't have that tribe feel because we're not a monolith and everybody goes their own way. And, it's like the crab in the barrel mentality sometimes. But when it comes to our kids, we should do whatever we can to make them a better individual so that we don't have them going to jail, so we don't have them getting in trouble and doing things like this.
That's so true.
All right. Thank you, Marlon.
And Marlon, I hope you didn't take it as we were saying the kids are bad, they're bad. A lot of bad things are going on, and there are some bad actions and bad actors, that are going on. But it's not, they have to be taught. Kids,
correct.
Kids only do what they see or they think they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're going to try it and test it out and see what happens if I put my hand on a hot stove.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you going to get burnt, right? And they have to learn those things. They learn. They watch you.
Mm-hmm. And PWKs are, in my people with kids. Okay. They are the biological mother, the biological father, but they are not parenting. And that creates an issue because what we're talking about with knowing that children are sponges, again, if you see the man and woman in the house that are your parents or your guardians smoking blunts around you, not even concerned about secondhand smoke affecting you, if you hear them cussing and fighting with each other, you're that's cool. You seeing them pull weapons on each other inside the home, or you hear them or see them going to get their gun, talking about, well, where you at? Yeah, we'll ride on them. We'll do this. We'll do that. That is absolutely having an effect on your child. If you got your gun laying in places where the children have access to them, you're not even trying to put a gun lock on it. You're not trying to do that. You just got it laying on the table. In so many criminal complaints that I've read, when the person, the defendants in those cases, the child that is a witness ends up saying, because my mama had a gun and it'd be laying right here all the time. It'd be laying on the table. I know she got a gun. I know he got a gun. And so they see these things and they see the way that some of these people are handling these situations, and it's absolutely going to have an effect on them. But I don't want parents to get caught up in that mix when we're talking about the ones that I describe as PWKs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a parent is going to be on your ass, like, for real. Like, no, we not doing that. I'd rather, see you have to go on and sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep doing things, it's going to end up getting you locked up.
Well, right now we have a lot of people who they don't want, teachers or those people that are leaders in their kids' lives to tell them anything. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that, don't want the village to raise their child. They don't want that. Even when you call
PWKs.
Even though when you call them and you just say, hey, I just want to let you know I saw little Tommy walking down the street and he was popping this other kid upside the head. You might want to check that in, even when you just there with that.
They get ready to cuss you out.
They get ready to cuss you out.
Or tell you they're going to have they baby daddy come spray up the house.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are PWKs. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not parenting. And so when we ask, the village, it's like the village is smoked out.
Yeah, they're like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
No, I'm gonna mind my own business, because last time I said she had her mama come down here cussing and fussing on my doorstep, and I don't have time for it. I was just trying to help her out.
Yeah. They see you run in the street and grab their 4-year-old who was in the street and a car coming, driving reckless down the street. You go, swoop the child up. They sitting on the porch. They ain't done a damn thing.
Not at all.
You grab the child, put the child on there and be like, hey, don't go in the street. You leave my damn baby alone.
Yeah.
You don't tell, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to call my baby daddy, and I'm gonna have him come over here, and he gonna regulate this, he gonna this, that, and the other. You're like, I just saved your son and daughter's life.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad at me?
That's why the village ain't getting involved.
The village smoked out. They up there popping pills. They up there doing all of the things that we see. Again, this is why we see it like it's reincarnated. We're seeing the children, like we talked about, at a day and age when crack babies, we're like, that's a crack baby.
Right.
So just imagine these children that are being born with mothers that are popping pills and any kind of pills. They don't even know what all is in the damn pill.
Right.
And so this is chemicals now that are in their body that when that baby come out, in my opinion, it's going to already be addicted to chemical imbalance in their body. Mm-hmm. And we kind of talked about it, me and Dan, yesterday on the genome of the fact that the stress that people go through transcends to that unborn seed.
Yeah.
Which then keeps the repetitive cycle.
Exactly. We got some off the True Talking text line. Ed said, raise your kids strict. You can spoil your grandkids. Spoil your kids, you'll be raising your grandkids.
Ah, that needs to be on a shirt. That is a phrase right there.
833-212-1017. You can get in your comments. It's our True Talking text line. You can text us your comment, or you can give us a call.
What about Shadio? Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You see his comments?
Shady. A person's opinion instead of targeting on how to make the kids more productive or engaged. I propose that we should start a conversation on how to create programs that will teach the PWKs on how to be parents. Parenting is fundamental of every successful society. We lost it over here when our government started to infiltrate our family dynamics, or when they screamed child abuse and they were only disciplined. That's, I mean, a lot of people could take parenting classes, but again, those people have to want to improve the lives of their children.
There it is.
You can't, some judges will make people go take parenting classes.
Correct.
If they're lucky.
Correct.
Right? But you have to want to do that. You have to want to appreciate your kids bugging you for roadblocks and whatever else they want to play with. You have to appreciate them. And you say, how? Because, you know what, instead of taking it as a negative that they want to go over to McDonald's, that they want a cousin sub for dinner, whatever, you have to think about that and be like, okay, even if you ain't got no cousin subs money today, but you might have it tomorrow, appreciate that. Kendall used to crack me up because parents, you can create traditions with your kids. That was something that I used to do with Kendall. We get in the car, and it's as simple as this. I read an article in Essence Magazine. It was like, start something with your kids. Get in the car. If all you got money for is some Tic Tacs, you get in the car, and you give them one, and you take one. And you'll think, oh, there's nothing to it. My son remembers that to this day.
That part.
And asked me the other day, how come you don't buy no Tic Tacs? How you don't buy no Tic Tacs no more? I said, because you eat the whole thing now. Back then, a little kid, he was ready for one. We could siphon that out. But then one day, I was like, we used to go to Starbucks. We graduated to Starbucks when we got to middle school. Mm-hmm. I know, we hurrying. And so one day he says, hey, Mom, can we stop by Starbucks and get a Frappuccino? And I said, I ain't got no Frappuccino money. And he was like, you ain't got no Frappuccino money? I was like, no. He said, well, do you have some Cheesecake Factory money? I was like, oh, you're going up with it now.
We got to take care of some bills and we'll be black. That was a great, we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Do I dare even answer this man's call?
Sure. Are you there?
I ain't even answered the damn call yet, man. Bob, keep this on. Bob, listen to me. Keep this on the subject matter, and if you can't, we can't take your call, man. You distracted.
Okay, now look. Since you don't listen to Linda about getting married, at least take that thing around your neck to push when something happens.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it. We can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. It's Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Of course, Bailey Coleman was giving us some information about traditions that some people have just kind of let go by the wayside, Bailey.
Listen, I'm not the best parent in the world. I do my best.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I learned is, this whole life thing is about moments, that you create with your child. I got one, and I always say the Lord know who to give what to, because look, it was all I could do, y'all. It was all I could do. But I tell you, you don't have to have money to create a moment with your child, Whether it's, Homer, we were talking off air about how when you would go to church.
That's right.
And that whole,
The peppermint.
The peppermint.
The peppermint. I I didn't know the mental psychology that was going on.
There was
at
a
the
whole
time.
thing with it. Wasn't it? You didn't even know.
I didn't know. I just thought I was getting a peppermint. They end up sliding you that peppermint, and you up there. Ooh, I got peppermint.
Yeah.
So I, opened the wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
Start enjoying the peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking at the deeper thought of that was, shut your damn mouth. Don't be talking while you're in church. Don't be trying to play with your friend. Because while I had that peppermint in my mouth, I'm just sitting there being attentive and just enjoying the peppermint.
Yeah, see.
Not realizing that I ain't saying nothing to my other little friends that are in church and we sitting in the same row.
Look, being the youngest of 6, before my mom joined the usher board, she waited until we got older before she did that too. Just so you know.
Okay.
But being the youngest of 6, we'd all be lined up on the pew because my dad used to sing in the choir, right?
Okay.
We'd all be on the pew or whatever. And don't let my mom turn slightly to the right and give you that look. You know that mama look.
Yeah.
It's about to be on and cracking up in there.
That's right.
If she gave you that look. And so we knew during service, if we didn't get that look, that when we got in the car, my mom was going to pull out a stick of gum. Now, there were 6 of us. Now, she might use 2 sticks of gum. And you know what kind it was?
Juicy fruit.
Yeah. Juicy fruit. And she tear that thing up in the pieces.
Yeah.
There were 6 of us.
Wow.
The max she used was 2 sticks.
Wow.
Now, look.
I've seen them tear.
She got the whole stick herself, right?
Right.
She split up the rest, couples between the rest of us. Now, you tear. And so I started doing that with my son. He'd be like, I can't have the whole thing. I'm like, look,
that's not how this works.
Look, that's not how this works.
That is not how this works. And juicy fruit is, in my opinion, one of the most overrated gums out there, chewing gums out there. You don't even get, remember the Tootsie Roll Pop? How many licks does it take? How many chews does it take before the flavor gone?
Well, see, and then she later switched to double mint. In the later years,
okay, now you winning.
Now
you winning. Now you winning.
Well, I miss juicy fruit though.
I do too, but it only lasted
a couple minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
at the
like,
most.
But you got to remember, it ain't a whole, because you didn't get a whole piece, so you don't even get 2 minutes.
No, you don't get, not at all. Not at all.
Andrew, what's your gum?
No, juicy fruit is 2 chews and that's it. So I feel bad for you split it up 6 ways.
Right.
We had,
It was 2 sticks though.
2 sticks. 2 sticks.
So now, 3.
Man, that's like this much.
No, hey, I was a little kid, so that much for me. But see, that makes me think I probably got an even smaller piece. Because I was I was having that beef with my siblings this weekend or this past. You know what? Y'all always got everything. I didn't get to do nothing to go nowhere. They was like, whatever. You get to do stuff.
but it's just, see how we can reminisce over those type of things. And these are the things that you have to end up having your children involved in to be able to have those moments.
Exactly.
Because if they just got all trauma moments, that trauma is going to reach out into their behaviors and their actions, and the people in the community will suffer.
That trauma is going to help develop their character.
Yep.
And who they are as a person. I mean, that is probably the most critical part of it. And that's going to change who they are. They're going to think that's going to be their new point of reference. Well, if that's going to happen, then it don't matter what I do. What I do doesn't matter. And that's what happens with a lot of kids that end up in becoming adults and ending up in prison.
Yep. And again, even looking at that with coming up as a child, if your parents or your guardians, whoever it may have been, had a weapon, it was like, this is the gun, it's put up, don't you touch it, don't this, you know what I'm saying? Explaining. There was always the shotgun, but it was even in a case that had a little lock on it. You get what I'm saying? So But when you don't have that type of guidance, and then the people that the PWKs associate with, they also don't use any discretion with their actions coming in the house, like I say, cussing, talking about all kind of other little stuff, and B, I know you got the weed. Where the weed at? I know you got a blunt. You got this. You got that. Come on, let's get high, or whatever the case may be. Or you got some pills. You got some Xanax. You got this. You got that. And you had any Mollies? And so this is what a lot of our children are being raised up around and in. And that's why we're in these situations, in some of these situations, and we have to change that narrative. But I like saying training the PWKs, because they're the ones that are hands-on with these children. Because if they're not doing it, it's the system that they end up being in, and they're not designed to necessarily train your child.
I think there are some kids who have some parents who probably don't realize that they need to take not just time to spend with their kids on an individual, and if you have more than one, individual and collective basis, right? But also take the time to just show them some love.
Yeah.
You'll find you'll break down a little bit in that rough exterior that we sometimes get as women, especially when it comes to dealing with our kids, because especially single moms, because you got to be the mama and the daddy, unfortunately, or play the part of the daddy as best you can, be the person that they come to when they need help, but also the person that, has to be hard on them. Sometimes you gotta, just take a minute and spend with them and talk to them and be about them, and you should do it regularly.
Yeah, I like how you added that on there, because I always have, I have, when people say I'm the mama and the daddy, I'm like, no, you're just a responsible parent or a responsible adult.
I understand why they say that, though. I understand, and I understand why they say that, because I have said that, and it's because you do have to be both. If that other person isn't there. Now, I had the blessing and the luxury of having men that I trusted around my son, as well as my brothers. All my brothers have stepped in, and you just got to take those moments, and sometimes you got to be that hard person, but you also have to understand that you as a parent have to come back around and be that mom.
Yeah. We'll have that debate, a healthy debate on that at another time. But
we can do it tomorrow.
Hey, and we'll switch places. You'll be over here in the captain's chair.
Okay.
And I'll be over there, and and we can do this. But I always, and I'll save more for tomorrow. But if I attend to your wound, if you get a wound and it needs to be blood pressure applied to stop the bleeding, am I a doctor now? Okay, so what's your last words? But I'm saying
you're acting as a doctor.
Acting.
You're acting as a doctor.
But it doesn't make me a doctor.
That's okay. We've had this.
So we gonna go there.
Y'all get upset about it, but anyway, mamas, y'all know what I'm talking about.
All right. If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, and hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. The award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next with Sherwin Hughes. Love you, babes. Talk to my agent. We are up out of here for today.